To one chance along with Whiskey Sour. Jump trainers have dominated this. Will they again? Mark Johnson.
They start 3/4 of a mile down the course and they're off and running in the Ascot Stakes. One or two of them very slow to begin. One of them was Sam Missile. That may have been by design because he's going to get across to that far side rail. Racing all alone down the centre of the course is Percy Street in the early stages. Sheen Murphy is just going to allow him to drift in as the early pace amongst the main field is with Dubai 50, who leads Hassel and Danny Day, and now Percy Street is beginning just to meander across to join the rest of the field as they are about in another furlong or so to leave the straight course and move on to the round course. Towards the rear of the field, Jarro de Juillet, who was a bit of a handful going to post, has proved that in the early part of the race, and so too has Mary Devi, another one who is throwing her head around, one of a couple of mares in the field. The two horses representing Owners Group, the Melbourne 10, are the last duo at the moment, with Battalion last of all and Sam Missile last but one. So now they've joined up with the main course and they come up towards the pack stands here on day one of Royal Ascot. And the lead is with Sylvester Sousa aboard Dubai 50. He leads by half a length. Two in second place is Percy Street, racing in third, Hassel towards the inside, and in fourth is Danny Day. In fifth position as they come up towards the enclosures on the inside, LA Goes to Vegas. Towards the outside, Look My Way. They're now in a share in fifth and sixth. In seventh is Whiskey Sour, and then towards the inside, Chelkar is racing in eighth with Head Bowed. He's racing quite keenly. So too towards the outside, White Desert, who is alongside Cleonte as they take the top turn. Mersal, easy to spot with the white cheek pieces, is then parked on the rail in midfield, working a little bit wider. Whiskey Sour, who's racing alongside Coeur de Lion as now they begin to make the downhill sweep. Next is Cloudgate, who's got quite a big white blaze, and he's then being followed about a length and a half way by Stratum, and then Jarro de Juillet, who's on the inside, followed next by Mary Devi, and still the last two are Sam Missile and Battalion, 19th and last in the Ascot Stakes, as this field made their way quite steeply downhill at this point, going on now towards the final mile and a quarter and halfway in this stayers test. So it is still Dubai 50 who leads the way, bidding to give jockey Sylvester Sousa a fourth win at the Royal Ascot meeting. Towards the outside is Percy Street and Sheen Murphy. Still quite keen around the outside is Look My Way, who's in a muck sweat and is now coming through to dispute third place. Hassel on the inside is racing in fourth, and then Sir Michael Stout's runner Danny Day, the dark blue with the yellow cap, is racing in fifth as we pick them up now from above as they're about to make the right-handed sweep at Swinley Bottom, and this is the final section on the flat. Before then they face up to the formidable hill, the final 7 furlongs or 1,400 metres, all on the collar, going uphill towards the winning line and possible glory in the 2018 running of the Ascot Stakes. Dubai 50 has led them every step of the way so far, to in second Percy Street, and then towards the inside Hassel just has a head bob for third. Towards the outside Look My Way is racing in fourth and Danny Day is in fifth. Creeping a little closer now, White Desert, the royal blue colours, towards the outside to take sixth place. LA Goes to Vegas is racing next. Then towards the inside is Chelkar, who's raced very keenly through the first two-thirds of the contest. He is on the wheel of Whiskey Sour. Towards the outside, Daybreak Boy tries to make a little bit of ground, and so too Cleonte, who still has a wall of horse in front. Stratum is taken quite wide. He's still racing alongside Coeur de Lion. Mersal is towards the inside. Next then is Jarro de Juillet, who's alongside Cloudgate as they spin the corner. Next is Mary Devi, and still at the back of the field are Sam Missile and Battalion. They've got 3 furlongs to go in the Ascot Stakes, and things are beginning to hot up for Dubai 50, who's hanging tough towards the inside rail. Now Percy Street is bearing down. Hassel swings off the rail to now challenge in the 3-part. LA Goes to Vegas is staying on. Then towards the outside, Whiskey Sour tries to pick up. So too Chelkar. To the inside, Mersal, and then Coeur de Lion. Down the outside, Stratum and Cleonte. They're deep inside the final furlong. It is now LA Goes to Vegas, who now goes to lead. Stratum down the outside. Dubai 50 on the inside, but it is LA Goes to Vegas. Now goes to the winner's enclosure at Royal Ascot. LA Goes to Vegas beat the game. Dubai 50, who has run his heart out from the front, followed home by Stratum, and then these were followed home by by Chelcar, who never quite got there. A 10-to-1 winner then, if you backed LA Goes to Vegas, one of only 2 fillies in the lineup. She has given trainer Willie Mullins his 4th win in this race. All told, it is his 6th win at Royal Ascot, and it's the first time that Willie Mullins has had a winner at this festival meeting not ridden by Ryan Moore. It was Andrea Azzini who was aboard, confirming Dubawi 50 got 2nd, Straighton was back in 3rd, and Chelcar, another of the Willie Mullins battalion, was back in 4th. But that is Andrea Azzini, a man from Sicily. The Italians are taking over today on day 1 of Royal Ascot. 2 winners for Dettori, and now 1 for Andrea Azzini.
A 3rd Royal Ascot winner for him. Willie Mullins does it again. Full marks to Kevin Blake. He pointed us to this horse. But I have to take my hat off to Karen McClintock, the trainer of Dubawi 50, who has run a screamer but is worn down on the outside. Here comes the Willie Mullins challenger, Francesca.
And I want to call him Lagostovegas.
Never disagree with Mark Johnson.
Don't disagree with Mark Johnson. LA Goes to Vegas. Was perfectly positioned throughout the run, and really in this race you can't look beyond Willie Mullins, can you? He's got an incredible record in the race. I thought Ryan Moore was going to be on the right one, and Chelcar, who was a bit keen, but he ran on well for 4th. But let's hear from the winning jockey, Andrea Azzini, and Willie Mullins, the trainer.
Yeah, we'll hear from Andrea Azzini in a few moments' time, but let's speak to the winning trainer, Willie Mullins. Another Ascot success for you, and he picked up well late on.
She did. She'd done the fastest work of the lot at home. I was afraid that she mightn't see out the trip because she's very keen. And in fact, I was trying to persuade the owner the other evening that we'd go for the Northumberland Plate instead. And he said, listen, Willie, he said, I've got a wife and 2 daughters in town buying her outfits for today. I said, I'll see you Tuesday. And that's why she's here. And but it stayed a lot better than I thought. She just loves that ground, obviously.
Can you put something to bed for us? Is it LA Goes to Vegas or Lagos Goes to Vegas? Lagos to Vegas.
Lagos to Vegas, we call it, anyhow. Lagos to Vegas, yeah.
We'll call it a Royal Ascot winner for now, however we pronounce it.
Talk to John and he'd probably tell you how it was named, I don't know.
You obviously are known for having winners at the Cheltenham Festival. Can you put into words what it's like having winners here at Royal Ascot?
Well, you know, this race and the Queen Alexandra on Saturday are the 2 races that we have horses qualified to run in that can run. So it's nice to be able to target a few horses for that every year. It keeps us busy during the summer. And hopefully one of these horses, if these keep progressing, they might turn into Melbourne Cup horses. That's what we're hoping for. You know, maybe an Eber horse. You know, the prize money there is fantastic. There's more prize money going into staying races now in England, and we're keen to sort of target that.
I know one person will be very happy about the Melbourne Cup line you've just said, and I know another happy person as well. That will be Andrea Azzini, who's with Rishi now. Well done, Willie.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.
He is indeed. Well done, Andrea. You were saying when the entries came out, that's when you sort of found out you'd be riding this mare. How pleased were you with the way the race developed? Because they didn't seem to go much of a pace.
No, but I was very lucky that I had a good draw. I was drawn 1, and I ended up getting a good position. That's